Hi, how's it going? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Yes, it's me again. This video is for my 3 subscribers on this YouTube channel, very brand new YouTube channel. Okay, so I notice you. Okay, I notice my 3 subscribers. Okay, people. So this is another video talking about the Poking Your Mom cards to buy right now. Okay, these are the cards that, in my opinion, I think are a good deal, at least right now. Some of these cards have been going down in price a little bit, which is good, right? You don't want to be buying cards at the top because then when they start to go down just a wee bit, you start to get sad, and we don't want that, right? We don't want you to get saddened. So sometimes it's okay to buy cards as they're trending down because you don't know. That might be the best deal there is before they go up again. You just don't know. Maybe cards just keep going lower. There is a lot of things going down in price. So that's going to be another video I create, is talking about a lot of the sealed product and a lot of the cards that have been trending downwards. Okay, people, this might be it. It might be all over, but listen, let's get right into the first one here. I think this card is still one of the most beautiful cards in the entire TCG. However, Journey Together was printed into oblivion, and people went crazy and opened so much product that there are a lot of singles listed, especially on TCG Player. Articuno, okay, Articuno. This card was like at around $30 a few weeks ago, has been going down just a wee bit. $25 seems like the going average price for this. Let's see eBay. Let me just check, because sometimes TCG player pricing isn't as accurate as like eBay, right? So let's quickly just look, because I want to make sure. There are some listings for $23. Some sold for 21, 23, 33. Okay, so that's about the average. PSA 9's 50. And yeah, I mean, I would say it is around 24, $25. This one sold for 29, man. $30. So yeah, they're up there, right? So I think it's a good buy. Such a slept on card for an Articuno. I would pick these cards up while they're going lower. And listen, if you want to collect all three, how about this Zapdos EX from the 151 set? Yes, people, it's pronounced 151. Stop saying 151. Oh my goodness. But yes, it has all three of the legendary burbs, okay? The legendary burbs, all three of them you get on one picture, okay? So if you can't decide, get this one. That's also been going down in price. Look, it was at like 120 earlier in June, and it's now almost below $100, people. So if we can get sub $100, easy pickup. I think this one in the long term is such a good card. But remember, this card was a lot higher in I believe February. All right, this was up there, up at like 160. I did see some copies on eBay selling for like $160 back in the day. So remember, this isn't currently the all-time high. That was like a few months ago, so could be trending down lower is my guess. But I'd still pick these cards up because they're so cool. These burbs, man, they're super dope. Next up, we got Charizard GX. Listen, maybe you don't want to spend a lot of money on that Charizard SIR, but look, we can go back to the Hidden Fates era. Remember those tins? They were everywhere. Charizard GX. This card, I'm gonna be real with you, there were probably like a million of these cards out there. That's why they're only $10. But listen, $10 is enough sometimes, right? Just to satisfy your little hunger to buy, because you're always wanting to buy things. Just buy this Charizard, right? $10, very cool, very contrasty. Kind of reminds me of that Burning Shadows GX. um I would say that Burning Shadows GX is a lot better in artwork, but this one's still pretty nice. I think these cards um have been cheap for way too long. I'm gonna keep it real. I think they've been cheap for way too long. Look at the yearly chart. This card is barely, like, it never reached $20 ever in its entire career, people. How sad is that? A Charizard card that can't even get past $15. I've never seen it in the 20s. Will this be the year? Probably not. But It's a good card to keep an eye on. Now this next one is another Charizard card. This is the promo, right? Also, probably a lot of them out there. We didn't really believe Pokemon was gonna be reprinting this UPC to the ground, but they did because this card is almost under $30. But actually, it wasn't this card trading for less than $30 a couple months? Let me check. 6 months ago. Yeah, 6 months ago. This card was yeah, like in February, around $29. Yeah, that's crazy. Okay, yeah, so it might head down to that price point. It might not. So I think right now that we're currently seeing a little downtrend because it was almost at $50 last month. Now it's going down. Look, people, oh my goodness. 7% down in the past 30 days, past 3 months, 6%, right? 6%. Yes. So could even see a 15% retrace, which is not bad. Okay, people. This card right here, listen. Artwork on this card is amazing, spectacular. If you haven't seen this card in person, it's really nice and super cheap, super affordable for a Mega Charizard X. You're gonna regret not picking these up at around $30, all right? When these cards go back up to like $60, maybe at the end of the year, maybe next year, 2 years ago. Oh my goodness, 2 years ago? What am I even saying anymore? Anyways, moving on. Side ducks, people. Listen, I know. People have been becoming side duck fanatics, all right? I saw like hundreds of singles a day. The only Pokemon I always get requests on is Psyduck. All right, do you have Psyduck cards? No, because you guys get buy them all basically. So I decided to pick two Psyduck cards here that are super underrated. You guys probably haven't even seen these cards, but look, this one is from EX Sandstorm. Now I know you probably like this is there are way better Psyducks out there, but look, this one's an interesting one. Look at the Psyduck. Zoom in. He has X's on his eye now. Everybody knows when a Pokemon is knocked out, it gets the little swirly swirls, right? It gets the little swirly swirls on its eyes, not X's. Everybody knows X's means you're dead. This Psyduck fell to his death, okay? He's a dead Psyduck, all right? Can we agree on that? It doesn't have the little swirly swirls on the eyes to make it knocked out. He is knocked dead, people. All right, so this is a dead duck for about $17, and it's just a normal one. Look at the prices. My goodness, the reverse hollow on this is what, $200? Is that real? Chat, is this real? Chat, this can't be real. That's what this chart is saying, but I don't know. Could be like $100 in reverse, but just pick up the non-hollow. It's good enough for you. Now look, I know this isn't an official Psyduck, it's a Floette, but if you zoom in all the way in the background, look, it's a Psyduck cameo. Yes, he's just trying to be a fairy. Look at him. Also, I just noticed that there are three duck trios here. We got the Alolan duck trios. I did not realize it. My goodness, this is a really good solid cameo card. It has two very nice derpy Pokemon. Look at the, oh my goodness, I'm loving these Alolan Ductrios. But yes, the Psyduck is back there, and these cards in the reverse hollow are going for like $18, right? So we go to TCG Player. I had to make sure because for a reverse hollow, it's pretty expensive, right? Because it's a Floette. Obviously, it's this expensive because of the Psyduck, all right? The Psyduck cameo is what makes this card that expensive. So let's look at the reverse hollows. Check that off. It looks like, yes, they're around $18 for this car, right? More data. Give me more data. Yep, look like they're selling for around 18, 19, 20. My goodness, this card was literally like less than $1 6 months ago, right? Last year, less than $1, and they have been gobbled up. They're gobbling up the Psyducks, people. Can you believe that? Anyways, let's go back. We're back. There you go. So yes, that's a little Psyduck cameo. The next card is a Greninja Gold Star. Also, another one of those cards that were just available everywhere. Only $26. But listen, I know there's a lot of this Greninja Gold Star, but I think it does have potential. Only 20-ish dollars, around 25. It was like $35 last month. But if the Umbreon can be over $100, this card can be at least $40 already. These were basically bulk. You guys remember this one? These were literally bulk. You just threw them in an ETB and forgot about them, but maybe they're no longer forgotten. I know PSA 10s are ridiculous, but let's be real. You're not grading a 10. Then the next one, we got Ilugia V from Silver Tempest. This is the one you pull, not the Black Star promo, and it is by Arita. All right, so Mitsuhira Arita, very. I think this is literally one of the best Lugia artworks ever. It's 10 times better than the alt art that we got that a lot of people hate. It's just a solid Lugia. The water, everything so deep blue, and it's just so like I wish we could see the wings too, like, but you just couldn't fit it in the card, I guess. But if we could see a little bit of the wings, that would have been even more magnificent. But this card is a $16 card, not bad. I remember these cards were like 6, $7 6 months ago. Hopefully we can get a little bit of better deals. I'm someone who likes to collect multiple copies of cards that I really like, especially from artists that I really love. So, I mean, the minimum I'll always get is 3 cards of a card I really like. Is 3 because one I want to keep forever, one I want to keep just in case I want to sell, and then the third one is to trade for something else. So I just have 3 of these cards that I really am in love with. But yes, this is a nice little list here. But now let's go to the actual market. What's going on in the market right now? Um, we're on collector.com here. You can see the cards that have the most activity right now are the obviously starter Black Star promos that just released in those 30th anniversary little poster boxes, and yep, they're still pretty stagnant at those prices of $40, 34, and 30 for the Squirtle. Bulbasaur should not be that much, but it's because of the little Pikachu back there. You see him? Look, he's just hiding. Look at that Gengar. Uh, Oh no, this is not the GameStop exclusive. This is the EB Games. I don't even know what an EB Games store is, people. Have you ever been in one? Don't answer that. We don't have time to be answering all these questions. We got to get through all of this stuff. I'm not trying to make these videos that long, but what I am noticing is a lot of these secret golden cards have literally like just calmed down from grace. Look at this card. Do you remember people were paying $600 for this card? Listen, I'll be honest with you, this does feel like a $600 card, so it doesn't make sense why this card is at like $250 now. It does make sense actually. It's because there's always brand new cards overshadowing the previous one. That's always the case. That's why you see a lot of cards trending down lower, because there's a lot of brand new cards coming out for the 30th anniversary. People need to save money and get the new shiny thing. But Mega Lucario is definitely a card to keep your eyes on. Definitely a card that looks so good with that new rarity. Looks like he's going Super Saiyan 1, 2, 3, possibly even 4. I don't know. One of those is right. The Seismitoad, this one's interesting because I literally thought this was going to be a pump and dump and just forgotten about after a couple of months. But no, look, it's literally at its all-time high. It did see like massive downtrends at these 2 periods here of pump and dumping. You see that in the early August and October. And then we had that long downtrend. And I thought that was it for this card. I thought it was over, but people kept buying it. There are a lot of better Shinji Kanda cards out there of better Pokemon. And I don't get the whole 666 thing. I think people are just reaching on that. But let's look at more cards here. Froakie, super cheap. I thought this Froakie was going to be at like $25. Looks super cute. Very popular XY starter. Lily's Clefairy. Listen, this card, I feel so bad for this card. Listen, I love Lily's Clefairy. I really do. This EX SIR, very nice. Very nice. It just got overshadowed by the other Lily's Clefairy SIR they released in Ascended Heroes. Like, what was the thinking on that? Why would you just overshadow this card? And the other one's way better. Like, to me, it looks better than this one. Sorry, Journey Together, but you're always gonna be have that unfortunate thing about you, right? I don't know why they did that, but look at this Lily's Clefairy over here, only $8. My goodness, super cheap, super cheap. My goodness, what else is going on? Bulbasaur Mega Stamp, $23 still. Wow, super cheap. Looks like that card is still struggling to get up there on the $30 price range. Like this Meowth as well, only $22. Wailord as well, $18. Like, these are cards that get talked about a lot. Meowth, Wailord, the Bulbasaur stamp. But these cards, they just struggling, and that's okay. Listen, it gives people like me time to accumulate all of these cards. What the helly? Gathatelli. Such a nice card. I think this was also a Black Star promo. Available in those sticker collections. Super cheap, $4. I picked up recently like 6 of those cards at like $3. I think Gathatelli is cool. Also, what the helly? Gathatelli sounds like a Harry Potter spell, right? Doesn't that sound like a Harry Potter spell? What the helly? Gathatelli. And you can just turn anyone into a goth girl, right? Am I right, people? Anyways, we're just going to go ahead and scroll, see if anything else catches our little eyes. Lucario V-Star, $22, super cheap for arguably one of the best Lucario cards in the game. Pikachu Felgrey hat, over $1,000 for just a raw copy. Also, why are some of the Van Gogh PSA 7s less than like a raw card? Someone needs to answer these questions for me, but not right now because I don't have time for that. Anyways, people, yes, we're at the end. I know I only said we were going to look at 10 cards, but I think I got carried away just a wee bit, people. Anyways, if you guys want more videos like this or have any more suggestions on what poking your mom card video content you want to see, you can always write them down below me, okay, people? Below me. I'm talking about the comment section. Don't actually below me, okay, people? That wouldn't be appropriate. Anyways, that is all I have for you guys.